What's up everyone, Master Fox here today. Before I get into the video, I'd just like to say happy 1 year anniversary to my channel. Thank you so much all of my subscribers and viewers for helping me get this far. I can't believe that 1 year ago I released my first YGOPro video, my $100 budget Necros video, and I've come a long way since then, developing a bunch of new series for my channel. And mainly the major series for my channel are the History of Yu-Gi-Oh series and the Dual Terminal series that I'm still working on. But it's been crazy. I didn't expect or didn't even intend or plan any of these things in advance, and they just kind of happened. And here we are 1 year later and still going strong, and I hope I continue for many more years in the future. But anyways, let's get into the gist of the video today. We're still well in the week of UAs. So fair warning, this is going to be a rant, so I'm definitely going to sound very annoyed about this, but I think I am in the right so here. Well, the general problem that I had with Konami at times is that they're kind of weird and almost chaotic way in which they create new decks and support old ones. There are so many, and I mean so many decks that seem kind of half-baked or basically incomplete in a sense, just sitting there awaiting for some more few pieces that they just need to take off. A big example of this is Volcanics. Look, they got one card and look at how good the deck is from just that single card. While on the other hand, some decks just get literally everything spoon-fed and handed to them on a silver platter. I don't understand this design philosophy at all, especially when a lot of these decks that just sit there shelved are basically low-tier decks that wouldn't even cut into sales at all. On the contrary, having good lower tier decks would probably boost sales if players knew that some of the easier to get stuff could make a decent deck. Because then, well, if you were buying a box, that could almost equate to a deck in some cases, which would be great. The premise of this video, though, is UAs, of course, so let's move the topic over to them. UA and Burning Abyss were the duo of TCG exclusive archetypes released during Duos Alliance. Obviously, Burning Abyss was Konami's golden child, and UA was relegated to being the red-headed stepchild. With that being said, UA was still not bad at all. For the minuscule amount of support that it did get, it was way better than the atrocity that was Noble Knights. My goodness, I could make a rant video about Noble Knights so easily. Maybe I will. Anyways, UA at Duos Alliance's launch had some really good cards, namely Perfect Ace, Slugger, and Stadium. Well, that's all they got anyways. This is unfortunate because to this day, these three cards are still among the best support cards for the deck, but none of them were quite as good as these few. Jersey is very good though, I know, but these initial cards are the offense and defensive core of the deck. Midfielder would be the heart of the deck once it was released in the new challengers. But my biggest gripe with the support that UA got was the fact that they basically had a full set's worth of less support compared to Burning Abyss. I mean, I know that Burning Abyss was the main show and that UA was the side event, but still. Alright, I could have handled them having less cards, but with the release of Penalty Box, Konami basically teased hockey players in our faces. It was like they were telling us that there would be one more wave of support, possibly with 2 monsters and another trap card, kind of like the standard style of release of TCG exclusives. But there ended up being nothing at all. I was really expecting there to be another set with hockey players, and I think many players were as well, because Konami basically kind of hinted at it. It's just odd to me why Konami would tease these hockey players with a card clearly depicting them and not carry through. I mean, they could have just shown like football players with a flag on the play or a soccer red card or something along those lines and had that replace Penalty Box and having that basically fit in the complete archetype. And that would have been perfectly fine as well, and I wouldn't have been drawn into this idea of having more support possibly incoming and not having this false hope. I would have been fine with that. But it's also possible that maybe there was originally plans for hockey players, but the designs of these monsters and cards possibly fell through, and Penalty Box was a card that stuck, so they just released it. This seems to be a logical explanation, but alas, I've gone on long enough with this rant. Basically, I just wish that we would have gotten one more wave of UA support, and if we didn't, at least Konami wouldn't have teased us in this way. Like, I mean, if Cosmo doesn't get a Darth Vader pilot, that would be a pretty troll move on the same level of the lack of hockey players for UA. Especially since with Cosmojo, they teased Darth Vader's arm. If he's not released, it'd be the same thing as them teasing hockey players on penalty box. Anyways, Cosmo players would know my feels about UA. So that's pretty much it for this video. Tell me what you guys think about it in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you.